9242717 and 0556910154. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny. This is Christian from East Legon.
Okay, Chris, talk to me. Do you have a question?
No, we read the online drivers. Indeed, we are suffering.
Oh, Charlie.
We are suffering. It's not been easy. It's not been easy at all. But I think today is a little bit stable, and we are trying to gather something.
It go be.
But all in all, I think it's okay. It's a great lesson to us, though.
Great. Thank you very much indeed. Good morning.
Good morning. Nikwaku Hughes.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, not just about the internet, but when you sit back and then you look at the whole thing, the question is, when are we as a country going to be like a real sovereign? Because he who controls, who you feed you control the quantity you consume. So if you are always going to rely on maybe other partners and whatever term we try to give them, they are feeding us. So in terms of difficulty, they can't give you, more than they will need. You get it? So we should, if the KNUST is there, our tech schools, whatever, we can do, that technology will not just be in our books, but we are going to make sure that we have something that we can rely on. Because it looks like anytime something happens, then we are exposed. Yet there are some people, when they come on platforms and they come on radios, they talk as if like everything is okay. But with the least scratch, then we are just fumbling. So we are pleading with those in authority. In the next 50 years, let us start from zero, so that babies that have been given birth today, as we are speaking, we will come and enjoy. We should sacrifice.
I hear you.
Sacrifice that somebody is going to enjoy the dark.
Great. Thank you very much. Good morning.
No.
Yes, Senior Pia, how are you?
Oh, Charlie, I'm great.
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 Do you have a question?
Yes, please, I do.
Let's hear it.
Please, the resource person there.
Yes, sir.
I just want to know, why is it that on your phone there are some apps? I mean, you have not subscribed for it, or you see it will appear. If you want to, delete it, to know. I mean, even when to press it, you will find it.
This one is a born before technology question.
Yeah, but to me, honestly, it's like what is stealing by force. By me.
Is it by me by force? Okay.
Yeah, you haven't even pressed it, but so you press it. So subscribe now. If you don't subscribe, you won't leave your screen.
I see. Okay, I think I get what you're talking about,
yeah,
but I'll let him explain.
Why is this so?
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So those pop-ups that come, subscribe. You see those ones.
He's talking about the ones on USSD.
Yes.
So that's different from apps.
No, so that's different. But maybe you go onto a site.
See, like the way. Okay.
You go onto a site and then something pops up like subscribe, and usually at the top you will find that bottom line you can close, but that's why I said it's a
born before computer question.
Yeah.
No. I even wanted to say to him that even today when you buy certain phones, you find some apps on it already.
Right.
Some of these apps you never downloaded them, but they are there. If you don't need them, you can delete them.
Okay.
When you delete them, they don't come back.
They won't affect the functionality of the phone.
There's a thing about knowing what is a system support app. Because there are certain apps that are on your phone because they are supporting the effective running of your system.
Right.
And then there are certain apps that are also there because there's a partnership between the app
and the phone company.
And the phone company. So, example, right now, if you're buying some of these Samsung phones, you already have Netflix pre-downloaded. You have Google pre-downloaded. All of these things are on. You just are updating them. If you don't need the Netflix app because you don't stream on your phone, you can take it out of your phone. Same for any other apps. But you can usually also talk. If you're a BBC, usually you can talk to a tech person or some of the young men who are smart within your church and your community and your school area.
Right.
They can just help you say, take this one, or this one you don't need it, this one you need it, or do you need it? What do you do on your phone? It's usually the first question that you are asked before you know what you need and what you do not need. But some of the pop-ups, I think that it's really when you're on the phone, sometimes people see things and then they click. It's not for anything that you see people still being sometimes for the want of a better word, people are still being defrauded with their mobile money fraud and the likes, because sometimes we are very curious as Ghanaians.
Okay.
Things that we have not even done, we want to see what is there.
Right.
And before you know, you are clicking things you should not click, which basically exposes you. So we should also look into that.
Let's hear this caller out. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, sir. How are you, Chief?
I'm good.
Talk to me.
Courage calling from Assignment.
Yes, let's hear you, Courage.
Yeah, so I actually enjoyed listening to your resource person, and I want to say well done to him.
Great.
And I want to, concerning downloading apps, every apps that you say you want to download it. Personally, I've been against that. But in cases where maybe I would need to use the app, just use it for a moment. What I used to do, and I want to find out from him whether it's right or what I've been doing is okay. So what I used to do is, you see, most of the apps, after downloading it, they ask permission. They want access to your contacts and other things. So what I do is that after using the app, or when I realize that I don't need it anymore, I just go to the settings, go to permission, and whatever permission I give to the app, I just turn them off, or I just disable it, then I install the app later.
Okay.
So I want to know whether it's right to do it that way.
Right. Thank you very much, Courage. So Courage's question is about giving authorization, because this app will access your contacts and your pictures and da.
So that's even getting more deeper. So what happens is when you are downloading an app, there are certain requirements.
Right.
I can give you a typical example of some installation I was doing for myself a few days ago with a Fire Stick. There's a way you can click. There are certain places you can click. It will ask you, do you want to play in developer mode? Sometimes, I don't know, for people who use even Samsung smartphones, there are ways you can debug your phone. I don't want us to get this techie at all. I like street conversations.
Right.
So it can give you certain expanded access to do certain things. Same way when you are downloading let's say an app, it can ask you, maybe somebody goes download Bumble. They ask, do you want it to access your contacts? You say no. You're starting to reduce permission. So what happens is that then you can have an app that basically does not, for the want of a better word, it doesn't penetrate too much into things that it shouldn't penetrate into. But people too don't know these things, so they just download everything wholesale. Download everything and call every permission.
They're eager to use it,
so you have the app on your phone.
Authorize everything.
Let me use the perfect app we should be using for this conversation is Truecaller.
Truecaller.
And for anybody listening, this is how I'd explain how Truecaller works. Sometimes you hear people say this, I've never downloaded Truecaller before, so how is it that Truecaller knows my number? I'll give you the answer why. Truecaller is one of the most dangerous apps that anybody can use.
Yeah.
And what happens is that, Johnny, if today you save my number on your phone as Pope and my number is there,
right,
and you download Truecaller, you've exposed me.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Really?
Because Truecaller will know my number just because you have my number in your phone contact database.
And it's been able to access
it will access your contact database, and it has an algorithm within it built in such a way that if Helen has it, you have. So even if Helen has it and she has my number, you have it and you have my number. Maybe DJ here has it. Abim has my number. What will happen is that it's able to sync across a lot of contacts. Maybe she's called me Pope. You've called me Pope. He called me Derek. It'll probably settle with Pope. So when anybody now calls me, or I call somebody, the person is using Truecaller, the person will see Pope.
Wow.
Because it's studied my number across different channels and has settled on what the best name will be. So when you try Truecaller today, my name is Momo.
I see.
But I won't tell you what I did.
Don't tell us. Good morning. Oh, sorry, we lost this one. Please call us back 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. You have something you wanted to add? Because, okay, so now this is getting much more interesting. This Truecaller thing, a lot more people would advise that you download it. So now you're telling us that.
So I'm just saying that even if you never downloaded it, right now you're exposed because people will download. So people like your number, and you see that it's dangerous because you see when they go into the contact section, you save my name, you save my address, you've even saved my email address.
That's right.
Truecaller has all of these. Trust me.
Just like that.
It has it because the phone itself, that app is built to permeate your data and have access to your contacts.
Right.
If you not allow that permission, you can't use Truecaller. So it has built a database of people that you see. So look, Johnny, unless you don't want to be productive, unless you don't want to be efficient, then you cannot be online. But once you decide to be online, you are exposed, whichever way or the other.
I see.
So you always have to take steps to be 2 times faster in processing things. So somebody can call you today. You don't even know where they got your number from.
Right.
They'll tell you they are selling cement.
But cement or what?
And I'm in your procurement. Procurement be takra the oil rig procurement be, and I want you to bring. It happens all the time.
I don't do oil rig. Sorry about that. But again, this question has been on my mind. So an app like Snapchat.
Yeah.
people take videos,
Yeah.
they put it up,
Yeah.
and then after some time the videos vanish. Where do they go?
Oh, technically they say it's vanished. It's left their service. But you see, Johnny.
Yeah.
The way Helen is,
You're not saying
Helen has said something.
She has said something.
Helen has said something.
She's not saying
She
yeah.
says- Johnny,
It wasn't me.
One of the things I educate young people on when I do some of these sessions.
Oh, hold on for me. Let's not lose this one. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things I educate young people on when I do some of these sessions is that don't for a second fool yourself. Invisible message. If you send me an invisible message, or a view one message, the one I open once, then to vanish.
Right.
If I have another phone, I'll take a picture of it.
Fantastic.
If you don't have to do it, don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it. It's too risky. And the way technology works today, look, I don't want to talk, like I said, I don't want to make this thing techie, but there's a guy that was killed. This is a true story in Bangladesh. I need to confirm, but I can get you the details. But they use a certain software. I don't even want to market the software, so I'll not mention it.
Right.
The software is so powerful to the point that it works using WhatsApp. So Johnny, you have your phone with you right now. Look, I'm not even going to ask you. You have WhatsApp on this phone.
I have WhatsApp.
I know you're going to have WhatsApp.
Right.
So you have your phone here like this, and you're sitting there. They basically call you with the spyware. One, you don't need to pick the call. Once the phone is able to hit your WhatsApp and calls it, all that happens is that the phone automatically opens and it starts recording the environment. So it means that we can sit in this room, your phone is lying down, suddenly somebody is listening to us and listening to whatever we're talking about here, even if it was a house.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how, you see, but thankfully it's not a system that is common and it's not available to everybody. And when you have to deploy things like those, you probably would be needing an excess of $250,000, $300,000.
Right.
And so it's not for going to listen to gossip.
Small boys.
Cheap gossip.
Big cartel conversation.
It's for big cartel conversations and national security performance issues. So that's when those things come in handy. And that's why sometimes I'm thankful for some of those things. But just because I know things like that can happen, I don't, for all my WhatsApp conversations start with disappearing
messages.
Disappearing 24 messages. When you ask me why, unless you are my wife, or I don't say any other thing, or I'm doing business with you,
right?
Or I have I'm my employer, or I'm doing something with you, it will disappear. I don't store data. I don't. So I usually tell people that my phone is not a library to be holding conversations had in 2022.
Right.
I don't do that. So if you want us to have, unless depending on our level of relationship, I'll not keep the messages. And I feel it's one of the useful practices that I use
you have,
because I don't like to keep messages. Unless you are very special to me, then I'll keep the message. So I don't. There are certain things that people need to learn. Some of the privacy functions. You download WhatsApp. You need to look at what the privacy functions are saying.
Right. No, people don't care.
People just download.
They just accept
so
all.
The moment I even get Johnny's number, maybe 0243 something, I add Johnny's number on my phone. Immediately I've seen Johnny's picture. Maybe Johnny is standing by a car with his profile picture. Then I can see Johnny's face. Also, that's Johnny's car. His car number is maybe GT. That John. We expose too much.
Yeah.
So people ask me, because I'm very popular. I mean, I'm very active on Facebook. I'm not popular. You're popular than me.
You are popular.
No, you're popular than me.
No. Because propaganda. Don't put propaganda on me.
Because I'm active on Facebook. People say, "Oh, you show too much." I show you what you want to see. What I want you to see. Not what you want to see.
Not what you want to see.
So I might show you a picture of myself and my brother at the airport. Probably left 3 days ago.
That's right. That's right.
Probably left 3 days ago. So sometimes somebody did a live video one time on social media and he was driving home and he wanted to talk about the state of the roads. So he started a live video and he said, "Oh, so when you get to American House, look at this place, look at this, look at this."
Actually showing people the way to his house.
And he's showing them the way to his house. So I called him, I was like, "Abranti Adeng, we give up too much." And sometimes we just think we are just being smart or we are being all woke and active, but or an advocate or an activist, but you are giving too much information than you're supposed to. So there are so many things that people need to know, and they need to practice a lot of phone hygiene, safe practices to safeguard themselves.
Helen, are you okay?
No.
The Snapchat?
Not at all. In the space of this conversation, I've deleted an app or two.
Okay.
I won't mention which ones. Right now, as we're speaking, I'm doing some hygiene.
You have received the gospel.
I'm receiving it as we speak. But especially about these apps where you think...
Because you have my number, so if you go and do anything...
I mean, even with the Truecaller, I saw somebody, I think my name, I've searched for him, I think my name came up as lawyer. I said, "Lawyer who?" Simbing. So a lot for us to learn. These disappearing messages that we know we're told they're somewhere in the cloud. They're floating around and they never really leave. Like you said, somebody can just pick another phone. I've done that before because I know that this message is going to disappear and I need the message. Some people will also, I think in the beginning you could do that. I'm not sure if that's the case. Put the phone on airplane mode even and still be able to access. That one won't work.
It will work today.
Okay. But that was also something that I think
because
in the past.
Require the internet to download it. It won't work.
Okay. At least that's some
it reduces the risk, but it doesn't reduce. There's still you're always exposed.
Okay.
So for me, I've always told people, if you want to do your lovey sending those pictures, I beg you, go and meet yourselves and have a conversation in Christ. Avoid sending dangerous pictures.
Some things.
My boyfriend has traveled to school in Ukraine. He's already dealing with rebels, so I want to show him something small
to cool his heart.
down. Please stop that nonsense. Stop that. You just look for trouble for yourself.
I see.
Yeah.
It's been an eye-opener, Pope. Thank you very much.
My brother, anytime.
We are grateful to you. And we just had to pull him into the studio,
No, I wasn't built here.
yes, he wasn't built.
You had me for free.
Yes, we had you for free, but it's been worth it.
Thank you,
the public
brother.
education, and we wish you all the best in what you do.
Anytime.
You're a champion.
Anytime.
You're a champion, no debate.
Anytime. Blow.
Hey, blow. It's a come. We'll talk about the Gobe Festival in a bit. It was